Coming up, we're continuing the resort dining series. There are some restaurants you should go out of your way for and take a bus to the bus only resorts to try. We're going to make your trip better if you listen and follow along here. Also, if you're listening and it's before October 2025, make sure you are listening for some hidden Mickey magic in this episode so that you can enter our giveaway for the chance to win a $500 gift card. We're right in the thick of it. We want you to win. We want to shower a Smartie, and you can do so just by listening today.
For some people, character meals can be awkward. When you're eating at character meals, it's going to add up. Environment without the heavy price tag. That's what I like about this.
Hey y'all, it's LJ here, owner and founder of Smart Moms Plan Disney and Smart Moms Travel. We are so glad you're here for another episode of the Smart Moms Plan Disney podcast. Now, here's your host, Allie.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Smart Moms Plan Disney podcast. I am your host, Allie. I'm here today with Karla and Becki. We are working our way right on through some really fun resort dining rankings. We're doing another one today. So excited to be here with you girls. What's going on?
I absolutely adore that we're recording on a Saturday because my life is just chaos right now. The kids are back to school and I'm just like, what is this life?
A Saturday at 7:30
Yeah.
a.m.
Yeah. A Saturday at 7:30 a.m. where in my town we had a little party last night and maybe I was up really late and it's still 7 a.m. on a Saturday and here we are.
We're up doing the Lord's work this
Yeah.
morning.
I am not as happy about it as you are, Becki, apparently, but I am here and I am happy about what we're going to talk about. But, Saturday morning at 7 a.m., I don't know yet if I recommend. Let's see what happens.
Well, it's almost 7:30 and it was 6:30 when Allie is like, hey, is anyone up? Should we start earlier?
Yeah.
Hey, secretly I was up and I was like, no, I am not up. Like, leave me alone. I still have 30 minutes.
That's so mean.
I hadn't peed. I hadn't had my coffee. I need a minute, okay?
How often does Karla accidentally not see us in our text
Uh-huh.
thread?
Right.
Anytime
Yeah.
you guys send me more than 30 words. Looking at you, Becki.
I know. I literally am like, should I break this into multiple texts or should I put a summary? Karla, this is what I said.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I had this problem, but apparently when I get like super long texts, it sends my brain into overload and it starts an alarm goes off and it's not pleasant. It's just like, "Ew, ew, ew, I don't
Yeah.
want to read this.
That's
Too much."
that's how I feel, especially because there's multiple text threads, and then there could be multiple lots of text messages, and it's like if our brains were inside out, it'd be like the little purple guy just running around. I don't want to read it. Yeah.
Do you guys have a giant family group text? Like aunts, uncles, grandparents? Those are the
No, well,
worst.
not aunts and uncles, but
Those are the worst.
I have my brother, his wife, my wife, my parents. I think our older girls might be in that because they have watches. But yeah, that one pops off a lot.
Now, what's bad about them is that you only get together so often, so you don't really know people's personalities. And over text, you can't tell somebody's tone. And every time my mom says something, I know her tone, but I know other people don't. And I'm like, this isn't going to go over well.
I have to tell Zam that all the time. This is how you said it, and I think this is how they heard it. So maybe add an exclamation point.
Uh, Throw an emoji in there.
I'm laughing because Karla talking about knowing personalities, Karla's mom's comment about her picture in our Facebook group.
Mm.
I'm just
You
like,
guys, okay, so I put this really terrible picture of me. I could have put a really terrible picture of one of you guys, and then I would have gotten backlash. But I was like, I'm just gonna do it of me, and people are gonna see it. They're gonna stop their scroll because they're gonna be like, "What in the world is she doing?" And I just know that that's gonna get a lot of comments and a lot of attention, right? My mom calls me 10 minutes later, super concerned, almost to the point of like, Karla, are you drink? Like, what are you doing? Like, why did you put that picture on the internet? You know, other people can see it, right? And I'm like, what's your point, mom? Even my mom doesn't even understand my personality.
I realized this week when I was trying to tag my mom in a comment because somebody was asking us about football. And so I went to tag her. I get this notification that's like, she is not a member of this group. Would you like to add her? I was like, oh, I'm like, here, mom, join my group. Hello.
oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Also, Karla has been doing us a huge favor and making TikToks and Reels. And I think that's similar. We know you and we know your humor, but I think
Please don't be offended by my reels. I told Becki, I
um
was like, I'm pretty sure I already offended somebody.
Yeah. It
And
was
she's
like
like,
in
yeah,
the
for sure you did, but it's an engaging comment.
yeah,
A comment is engaging, so good job.
good job. We appreciate it. And so we have multiple people working on Reels and TikToks now, so that's good.
not me. I'm not one of those people.
Guys, McKenna's painting her parking stall this morning. She
Um,
is, I guess it's a senior thing. I never
Yeah.
did that in school, but
yeah, they do it here. They were doing it. All of my seniors at the dance studio are doing it this week too.
guess what she's painting it
I
like?
was I was about to ask. The Ohio State marching band logo.
She's not sold there yet, Allie. She's not sold there yet. She probably will do color guard in college, but she's doing Boo's door, like
Oh, that's
putting the
cute.
flowers and like the lines for the door and then gonna spell her name in the letters, how they're kind of like monstery. It's gonna be
That's
so
cute.
cute.
So, Grand Fiesta, the boat ride didn't make the cut.
No, it was
Mm,
close. I think it was in the top
mm.
three.
Darn.
Although she really does love the three caballeros, so I would not have been surprised if that actually came to fruition.
One of my girls was painting yesterday. She was doing like an ombre wicked theme. I thought that was a good idea. I think it would be really hard and intimidating to pick what you're going to do that now. And oh, did she get a first grader backpack?
She did. Well, she wanted to take her one that she had when she was little, but we didn't have it. It never didn't make the move apparently. So I went to the store to buy her one, and I'm not spending $30 on a backpack for her first day of senior year. So I went to Five Below and found a bluey unicorn backpack, and it was perfect.
That's
I
adorable,
didn't
yeah.
realize that this little trend was only for the first day of school.
First week is what showed me.
Okay. I thought it was for the whole
Oh,
year.
the kids here use them all year.
Do they?
Yeah, that's why I was confused when you just said you weren't spending $30. I was like,
I
Becky.
was like, girl, I spent like 60 on a JanSport black backpack
I
because
know. I'm
that's what all
like,
the middle schoolers have to have.
yeah. I'm like, what? But yours only for one day?
There are kids who will use it for the full year, but she had already in her mind decided. We bought her a Vans backpack that's like the black and white checkers when
Love
she
it.
was in her Vans era. And she got it in 7th grade. And every year I'm like, so we're going to get a new backpack. And she's like, no, my Vans one's still good. So she was insistent that she wanted to still use her Vans backpack and prove that it could make
Oh,
it all the way through senior year. So
oh,
Oh,
that's
it's
cute.
God
been
bless
through,
her.
yes. And she's so sweet. She literally texted me yesterday and she's like, Mom, I know senior year is expensive, but are we going to be okay? Can I like paint my parking? They have to pay $50 to paint their parking stall. And they had to buy their parking stall. Like they have to buy their permit for their parking stall. And I'm like, of course you can paint your parking stall. She's like, I just realized how much money I'm asking from you this year. I'm just like, you're such a good
Yeah.
human to be thoughtful about that. But no, we know how we've signed up for this when we decided to birth you 17
Yeah.
years ago.
Is parking stall something you brought with you from Utah, or is that a Floridian thing? What is going on?
Oh, it's not a Floridian thing.
I've
Is parking
never,
stall not a word?
It's a spot. It's your
it's
parking
a
spot.
parking spot.
No, it's your stall. It's like because apparently I
No.
grew up with horses around me. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, a horse has a stall, a bathroom has a stall,
yeah,
a
it's a
parking lot
parking
has a
stall.
spot. I've never heard that in my life.
You know what else has come up recently? At this point, we've all just agreed that we're weird and speak our own languages from different
Yeah.
places. Even though I've lived in Florida for over 6 years now, I still talk like I'm from Utah. I still say those like it's a mill, it's not a meal,
Yeah,
right?
I was about to say you're gonna have a mill in your stall.
Yeah. Yes, I will. But Karla pointed out on one of our previous episodes, and she actually didn't call it out on the episode, but after she got done, and she's like, "Why do you call it fish? You eat fish.
As a
What do
seafood,
you
like
call it?"
seafood as a whole is just a fish to you.
Because think about it. You eat seafood. I eat fish because we don't eat seafood. We eat river fish. It's not
Who's
seafood that
we? Like, what are you talking
Utah.
about? Oh, in Utah?
In Utah, we don't eat
Oh.
seafood. We eat fish. And that's why I didn't like fish because fish in Utah is like trout and like what you're going to get out of the river.
You're really boxing Utah in as if they don't have a red lobster or, things that are other than river fish.
Didn't Red Lobster go out of business? I don't know.
No, they have like a young CO. He's bringing it back.
Oh.
Does Red Lobster in Utah serve trout
I
instead
wouldn't
of?
go there because I don't like seafood or I don't like eating fish.
Is it,
Fish is gross. But I do like seafood apparently. I just never ate it my whole life. So
It's
Wow.
not even called red lobster in Utah.
what's it called?
It's called red river trout. All you can eat carp.
Oh my gosh. I really did. That's a new one. I did not know that stall was not a thing everywhere.
Stacy's gonna be like, "What are you idiots talking about? Like, do I need to cut out this whole conversation because you guys are dumb?"
Parking stall. All right. Well, today you might need a parking stall when you're eating at these restaurants that we're going to rank today because we are hopping on the bus at Disney World, doing the bus restaurants, ranking them. We've already done Skyliner, we've already done Monorail. Today we're talking bus transportation location resorts and their restaurants, and we're ranking them on the other side. Hey Smarties, did you know that just by listening to this ad, you can save on renting baby equipment from the #1 baby gear rental service across the US, Canada, and beyond? Of course, I'm talking about BabyQuip. When we're traveling, it is just life in a new place, but I don't have beds for my babies or even a high chair for them to eat in. And when we don't have our things, we do not have our rhythm, and it can make it really difficult to enjoy our vacation. Look no further than BabyQuip. With a wide range of baby and toddler equipment available, including cribs, strollers, car seats, toys, and more. BabyQuip helps give us some of that normalcy our kiddos crave and the peace of mind we need. When they are happy, we are happy. All products follow strict cleanliness and safety protocols, and they are there to ensure that you can really enjoy your vacation. Whether at a home, a hotel, a vacation rental, or whatever you're calling home for your vacation, you never have to worry. If you need it, they have it. BabyQuip is available in over 1,500 cities, making it accessible. So whether you're going to Disney World or Disneyland or some other travel destination, BabyQuip will have you covered. They have an easy-to-use online platform for quick reservations and easy customer support. So head to babyquip.com and use the code SMPOD, that's SMPOD, you can save $30 off of any order of $150 or more. That's SMPOD at babyquip.com. Pack light, travel happy. All right, today we are continuing our resort dining series where you should eat when you're on your rest day or when you're in these areas if you want to sit down meal, because there are some resort dining options that really get overlooked a lot of the time. And if you don't know, you don't know. And we want to make sure that if you're going to need to go out of your way to try something, we have let you know about it. There are over 25 resorts at Disney World. We have talked about the resorts that are in the boardwalk area and on the Skyliner, and of course, those that are on the monorail. Today, we'll be focusing on the bus resorts, the resorts that you can only get to by bus, and we're going to be ranking what we consider to be the top 7 resort dining options at these bus resorts. We're thinking Wilderness Lodge, Fort Wilderness, Saratoga Springs, Old Key West, Animal Kingdom Lodge, Coronado Springs, Port Orleans, Riverside, and French Corner, as well as the All-Star Resorts. Those are the bus only locations. Now, not all of those have sit down options that we're going to be talking about today. We got a lot of mixed emotions when we left out Sebastian's Bistro from Caribbean Beach when we were doing the Skyliner episode, which we love to hear it. So if we leave out one of your favorite restaurants, let us know. But I kind of feel like, especially with these bus resorts, if you're wanting to eat at one of these, you have to really plan for it because they're not going to be super convenient. You're going to have to find transportation, be it Uber, Lyft, minivan, or transportation to a park and then park transportation to a different resort. Whatever it's going to be, it's going to require an extra step in the planning to get to them because they are bus resorts, so they're a little harder. So we wanted to really cover the restaurants that we felt like this is worth going out of your way for. These are the places that, yeah, it's going to be a little harder to get there because this is a bus resort, but also it's going to be so worth it when you do. So that's what we're looking at today. We've narrowed it down to 7, and I'm excited.
I also think that it's worth pointing out that yes, these are bus resorts, so a lot of people will be taking buses to get there, but also these are resorts, so people will be staying there. So if you're staying at some of these resorts, it's worth considering maybe skipping a park meal to eat at the resort you're staying at, or like Allie said, taking the bus transportation. The bus transportation is not awful, guys. Like, don't be afraid of bus resorts. Disney knows how to do transportation.
Yeah, the bus resorts they're fine. Some of these are some of my favorite meals on all of Disney property that we're going to talk about today. I know, Karla, I think your favorite meal is on this list today.
Yeah, the one I'm sponsored by, it is, yes.
Yeah, and there's like 2 on this list that are probably in my top 5. So I'm excited. I think this is going to be great. I can't wait to do it. I don't know where it's going to land, but let's dive in. Let's start at Wilderness Lodge. Stace and I just covered Wilderness Lodge, and so I feel like I just talked about these two restaurants in that episode. If you haven't listened, go back because Wilderness Lodge, seriously one of the greatest Disney resorts on property. And they have two amazing restaurants. We're going to start with the character meal, the only character meal that's bus only resort.
Thinking. I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, Storybook Dining at Artist Point. Becki, why don't you start?
I would love to start with this. First, I'll just give a shout out to you and Stacy on that Wilderness Lodge episode. I laughed multiple times out loud at your all's conversation. It was so fun.
Stacy and I were like, we are a disaster. The two of us on here, just the two of us. Everybody, the rest of the podcast team was gonna be like, never again, you two. That was
Oh my gosh, but I laughed out loud and that's what I want to do. I want to be educated, I want to be entertained. You guys did that. I was so proud of the work you all did on that episode. So if you haven't listened, go back. I was in heaven and I literally was listening to that episode and I'm like, I need to get myself a room at Wilderness Lodge like ASAP because it's so nostalgic to me. I have like three favorite places on earth. One of them is Disney World or anything Disney, really. One of them is the beach. And the third is Artist Point in Yellowstone. I absolutely love Artist Point in Yellowstone. And you're laughing. Why are you laughing?
I thought that you were actually talking about the restaurant and one of your favorite places in the world is
No,
this restaurant.
no. I do love this restaurant, but no, the actual Artist Point in Yellowstone
It's
where you
pretty
can,
amazing. I've been there.
you could see the waterfall out in the distance, the massive canyon open. Like it's beautiful. In fact, when I was young, that's what I dreamt of having my proposal at Artist Point. That would have been top notch for me. Storybook dining at Artist Point is a unique experience. And it was never on my radar until you all put it on my radar. We went there for the first time as a podcast team, and I didn't really know what to expect, but wow, did it deliver. Getting to meet the evil queen, Snow White, a couple of the seven dwarfs. The food was amazing. It's not buffet. You're going to order off of a menu, choose what you want, but it's served with kind of different.
It's prefix.
Oh, there you go. You are just choosing like what entree you want. And I have nothing negative to say from the food. I had this pasta kind of dish that was absolutely amazing, but my very favorite thing of my meal was it meal or mill? Meal
Mill.
was my apple. It was like an apple teeny drink. It was so good.
You can only get there,
I've tried to find
which
it.
is silly to me, but
Yes. I tried to go to the lounge that's right next door to it, and they don't have it. You have to be eating at the restaurant to have it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to rank it, or you want me to let you all jump in?
Well, you can rank it. I mean, I have my number ready.
Do you?
I do.
You love this one. No, you have yours. I
do
know you
love
love
this
this. And this
one. This is my favorite character meal. This is one of my favorite meals. It's honestly not my favorite food if I'm being real, like entree wise. I think like the entrees are good. They're not going to be the best entrees I think you have on Disney property by a lot. But the fact that it is prefix and you get a little sampling of every app and you get that little sampling of every dessert, the cocktails, like you just said, I've had several so good. But the best part about this to me, number one, it is such a unique character interaction. So you're getting a villain, you're getting two dwarves, you're getting a princess. So your variety is huge. And then I have always loved, and I believe I said this on our character meal episode, the theming is all the way throughout. Like if you look at the ceiling, you're really in the enchanted forest or wherever you're supposed to be with Snow White. And it really feels all encompassing and it feels more intimate. It's a smaller dining room. You do get a lot of time with the characters. If you're going out of your way for a character meal, or especially if you're staying at Wilderness Lodge, this is a must do. I cannot say enough good things about this meal. I love it so much. I dream about the mushroom soup. I talk about it all the time on here. I love it.
Yeah, and I absolutely love it as well. I remembered it was the beef stroganoff that I had, and I actually really liked it. I wouldn't say it was among the best food that I've ever had, but I think everything else made up for that. And I truly think that this location feels like it was established for the character meal, unlike most of the character meals feel like here's the location, oh, and let's bring characters in. This feels
Yes.
completely immersive in that way we were just explaining, Allie. I'm gonna give you my rating. It's a 98. It's remarkable.
Yeah. Karla, what you got?
Nobody's gonna say anything about her just saying that it was remarkable.
No air quote remarkable, actual remarkable.
Okay. It
Actual
is
remarkable.
it is remarkable, and I do agree with you guys that the theming goes throughout, and you do feel like you're in this enchanted forest, and it's so whimsical in there, and the character interactions that you have are some of the best that I've experienced, and it is so unique, it not being those typical Disney characters. And I've talked about this before where at a character meal, I feel like you're paying that price for that character interaction, but here you're actually getting the food quality and the experience of an elevated meal along for that price, which I can appreciate being the foodie that I am. I also gave it a 98.
Dang. Okay.
You're not going to believe this, but I also gave it a 98.
Dang.
Yes, starting out strong on the same page.
Yeah, this is a great character meal through and through. If you're overlooking it, you are doing something wrong because you're getting so much value.
I don't think that we mention it that this is dinner only, and this is probably the only character meal that doesn't have a breakfast or a lunch option, right? So that's important to note.
Yeah, it's weird that it's dinner only if you are somebody that knows a lot about character meals, but it's so worth it to head over there, especially if you're thinking down day and then want to try to catch Magic Kingdom fireworks, or if you're going to a party, if you're going to one of the holiday parties, get an early reservation there and then take the boat over. There are a lot of ways to strategize and include Storybook at Artist Point.
I was going to say, because this is a little hidden bonus that there is that boat
Hmm.
that takes you to Magic Kingdom. So, if you need a break from your park day and, you just need an hour or two, head over on the boat, which is super relaxing, super quick, and enjoy a really great dinner and then go back for fireworks.
Yeah.
Yep.
One other thing I thought about is remind me if I'm wrong, but isn't this one on the dining plan 2 credits? Am I right on that?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yep. And worth it to me. I mean, honestly, great way to strategize if you're using the dining plan. Where else are you going to meet a villain, y'all? And villains are happening at Disney right now. So this is great.
What else? And I think that more people, when they go to this particular experience, is that they dress up.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The Snow White fans dress up, whereas a lot of the other character meals, you don't really see that. I think
Yeah.
people that love Snow White really dive deep into this experience, and that's part of the fun of it.
Yeah. And Disney bounding or like full on costuming for kiddos. Like you'll see multiple girls dressed up as Snow White, which I kind of love. Where else does Snow White really get a lot of love? Because she's one of those older princesses that this next generation, unless they have a mom who's kind of instilled that in them, and Snow is an incredible princess, right, Ellie?
Yes, she's my favorite. I love her. I love Snow at Disney World. She's my fave. Okay, I'm excited about that. That's perfect. I love that y'all landed there. So we're going to stay right there at Wilderness Lodge. We're going to go to Whispering Canyon Cafe. This is a total hidden gem, in my opinion. This meal is very hard to explain. This one is one of those that I think is probably worth going out of your way for, especially paired maybe with a Magic Kingdom Park Day. Again, I keep saying that because we are so close to Magic Kingdom and there is that boat, just like you said, Karla. I would be careful pairing any of these with the wrong park. When we're talking bus resorts, it's important that you know where you are in proximity to specific places, strategize them well. Whispering Canyon, strategized correctly, is worth going out of your way for. It is a hidden gem that is super fun. I went most recently for breakfast and they had a full menu, but also these skillet options that were shareable for the whole table. So it kind of felt like you had the best of both worlds. But the entertainment factor at this restaurant had my whole table, there were maybe 15 of us, just dying laughing. My kids still talk about it. It is one of those restaurants where the servers are interacting with you the entire time. They are making you participate in activities that maybe you weren't anticipating participating in. We may or may not have ridden wooden horses across the restaurant. Somebody may have ended up in jail. And for the love of all things, tell your children to ask for ketchup, whether or not they like it on their food. Make sure that they ask for it because that is one of the best things at any Disney meal on property, right?
Oh, it's so much fun.
What I love when I'm in this restaurant is it's so apparent when somebody has no idea what they're walking into.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like grandpa sitting in the corner and he's like, asking for a straw and the server comes and throws a bunch of straws at him. He's like, "Am I at Universal?
What
Like,
just
what just
happened?
happened? Like, where am I?"
Yeah.
It's great. What
It's
do you
great.
call that humor? What is like uncanny? Like, what is that?
Yeah, there isn't, I mean, there's definitely a better way to describe it maybe, but you're walking into a meal where you are going to be entertained and slightly tortured. You're going to laugh. If you're a family that likes to have a good time, you're going to have it here. I mean, just we were cheek hurt smiling, you know?
That experience you just said, Karla, was what happened to us because we didn't know that the first time we went there. And Sean was like, I don't like this. They're literally throwing straws and napkins at
Like,
him.
I get this service at home. I don't
Yeah.
expect it when I go out in public.
Yeah.
I have to
Oh
pay for
my
this
gosh.
meal.
Yes,
Yeah.
seriously. But you're right. The food here, I think, is one of the highlights. You can really find something for everyone. It's only breakfast and dinner, though, so keeping that in mind. But I love what Allie had pointed out. It's kind of like the best of both worlds if you want an all-you-can-eat option, or if you want to order a la carte, which I know Karla prefers, to be able to kind of pick in that way. So
I actually really love the skillets here.
They're
And
great.
I've had both breakfast and dinner here, and they're
they
delicious.
are.
Mhm.
They really, really are. The burnt end nachos were also delicious. But if we've done both, we've probably eaten Whispering Canyon more than any restaurant other than Trattoria. Sorry, I had to say it. Want me to say
This is,
lasagna, and then
yeah.
we've got it
I just
covered.
think like if you're gonna do kind of like a later morning at Magic
Oh
Kingdom,
yeah.
like start your day off with a really hearty meal and some entertainment, and then take the
Yeah.
boat over. I think that that's a perfect day.
This is such an easy reservation to score too. The secret is not out yet about it's a whisper. Whispering Canyon is absolutely a whisper still because you can get in there and it's just going to be a highlight, I think, of your trip.
And not even a reservation. Like I just looked at it right now. It's a 10-minute wait list. Like
Yeah.
it is one of the best kept secrets of this resort and maybe even Disney World in general.
Added perk is that you're sitting in the lobby of Wilderness Lodge, and it really doesn't get better than that, especially if it's Christmas time and you have the tree to look at. It's amazing.
Yeah, the location is quite literally in the lobby. It's an open area type restaurant. There's not a big wall blocking you off. It's just like a beautiful wooden fence, I guess you would call it, gate thing that kind of separates you from the lobby. So beautiful view. I love Whispering Canyon. What a great place. I gave it an 86.
I think that was a little mean.
I don't know how I feel about that. 86 is a good. Do you think it's a good score? I feel like a little bit mean too. She's like, this can't compete with what I want to win.
No, you
Yeah, you
guys,
just really hyped that up, and then you like poo-pooed the score.
86 is high. Are you kidding me? It's one of my highest scores.
Eh.
Look at what we have. Look at what we have coming. I
Yeah,
couldn't score it higher than some of that.
it's fair. We have some pretty great
What,
ones today.
what'd you give
Give
it?
it, Becky. I gave it a 94.
I gave it a 95. Our family loves it. If you like the flavors of the Woody's Roundup in Hollywood Studios, I feel like you can get the same quality of food, maybe even better for cheaper in a better overall ambience, more fun. Oh, I don't know. Woody's Roundup is pretty fun. I give it a 95. I love it.
Is my score too low?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is rude.
How dare you?
I mean, I'm nervous now. I don't know. Okay.
No,
Well,
true to you. It's good.
I love Whispering Canyon, but now we're going to talk about Sanaa.
I don't
I
think
mean, the list,
86 says you love it. That says you like it.
really? I am nervous now. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. We're gonna move over to Animal Kingdom Lodge, which has some delicious food. This is an out of the way resort. It's pretty far out there. Obviously, they have savannas there with the animals, so that's kind of why it's in its own little land. Sanaa is the restaurant inside Kidani Village, which is the smaller building there at Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's the DVC side, the villas. Karla, do you want to start with Sanaa? Because I know this is your passion.
I do. Yep. So Sanaa is going to be their African-inspired a la carte restaurant. I think that's important to say. It is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which is surprising. But outside of Sanaa is the savannah with animals, and it's the most amazing. You can get a table by the window and sit and have dinner or lunch or breakfast and potentially see giraffes and zebras and animals, oh my. And The food is delicious. If you like Indian food, if you like butter chicken, if you like naan bread, if you like
Yeah.
flavor at all, it's amazing. I think that people are often, my kids aren't going to like anything here. My
Yeah.
kids love it. They love the butter chicken. There's pizza. I'm sure they have chicken nuggets if you ask for them. I'm not positive on that, but Disney normally comes through on that. And then they have this dirt dessert for kids that my kids loved. Everything about this is like a 10 out of 10 for me. The flavors are there, the ambiance is there. If I was staying at another resort and I had to take the bus to get there, it better be a happening place. It's just like we talked about, Wilderness Lodge is so beautiful. It's worth going out of your way just to be in that lobby and to see the ambiance. It's the same with Animal Kingdom Lodge. These are two just absolutely gorgeous resorts. So to trek it over there for this restaurant in particular is 100%
Yeah,
worth it.
it's so, so, so delicious. The butter chicken is in my just, I dream about it. It is an unbelievable dish, probably my favorite, maybe in all of Disney World. And then the bread service, all of those different dips. I mean, we stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge often, all of us, and just getting an order of that bread service to your room is like it can feed you for days. It's delicious. There's a lot.
I think how you would go to other restaurants during a specific time to
Hmm.
see the fireworks. Here, you want to get that reservation like right at
Golden
sundown.
hour. Yeah. Or sunrise, like if you're doing breakfast.
Yeah, for sure.
Breakfast is just a quick service though. It's like you have to order it up at the it's not I wouldn't go out of your way for breakfast. I would only do Sanaa breakfast if you're staying there. But Sanaa dinner, go make the reservation, go out of your way. Maybe on your Animal Kingdom day. You're going to Animal Kingdom Park. It kind of closes early. Leave the park around that dusk time. Get over to Kidani Village, eat at Sanaa. Perfect way to still end your day with animals. I gave Sana, I'm like nervous now. Y'all are gonna jump on me. I gave it a 95.
That's okay.
I think this restaurant is amazing. It's amazing. When I'm looking at, Whispering Canyon that I also love, but then I knew Sanaa was coming up, I'm like, Sanaa is just this quality that I think Disney really, really nailed it.
I think that 95 is fair, especially given that your family loves it in that way. I love the Savannah. The Savannah is not my favorite ambiance. Like everybody has something that draws them to different areas. I think Sanaa is a really, really great option. And I will add, as the allergen person on our team, that I love that their non-bread can have an allergy-friendly version. So like if you have a milk allergy or a peanut allergy, they can do a version of it that can still meet your needs because wow, is that bread service something that you are going to hear people talk about over and over and over. I happen to have a mango allergy, and so there's one of the dips that come with the bread service that I can't have, but otherwise, what is there to complain about? I gave it a 92.
Yep. And obviously, I love it. I gave it a 97.
Great dining on this. You guys realize this is our third episode of this resort dining, and we just keep finding these gems that people overlook them.
Yeah, I'm really glad we broke it down in this way. And honestly, when I looked at our bus resort list, I was like, I think my highest scores on a whole total from all of our resort areas are going to come in this episode because I just think they're all bangers. And then because they are bus, I think a lot of these reservations are a little easier to snag just because they are a little bit more out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fun. So nah, we're gonna stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge in Jumbo House this time though, which is the main lodge. Which, if you want to talk about wow factor, I mean, both buildings at Animal Kingdom Lodge are gorgeous, but if you are in the main building where Boma is located, that is maybe the most jaw-dropping entry to a resort. I would compare it maybe to Wilderness Lodge and the Polynesian being the next two. But Jumbo House is worth trying to make it to just to see it because I think it's the most stunning, jaw-dropping experience just to walk in. Boma is a buffet at the main building there at Animal Kingdom Lodge. And to me, buffet dining is just inevitable at Disney. You're going to probably experience at least one while you're there. Buffet style dining is easy, it's usually quicker. Boma is one of my personal favorite buffets. Where do you all stand? I gave my score first for Sanaa. So tell me where you all stand on Boma.
I think Boma might be the best hidden secret as far as buffets go. Even though I just said Savannah's not my very favorite kind of view, when you pair that view of the savannah with the lobby, this lobby that's there, again, especially at Christmas time, wow, like you're going to have your breath taken away. It is amazing. Then you go down the stairs to Boma, and it feels to me like I'm stepping into the African area of Animal Kingdom, like an extension of that. Just over the top theming, beautiful, massive, high ceilings, all of the things. And the food matches it, which is rare for buffet food to be something that is worthy of leaning into. But the flavors is what's so unique, I think, about Boma. However, even though they are unique flavors and you might think that it's going to scare you away, they still have those staples that are going to make everybody happy if those adventurous flavors are not what your kids are going to be wanting to eat.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. I think one of the reasons I love it is because the first time I ate there, I couldn't believe how adventurous and flavorful everything really was, which was really, really fun. We had it for breakfast. And my only thing about this, I love it, but Tusker House is also a very similar style buffet, but it's also a character meal and it's in a park. And so I have a hard time recommending Boma over Tusker House because it is more out of the way and you do get a little bit more value out of Tusker House just being location and characters. But if you're looking for some really good quality, you're looking for good flavors, something different and unique, Boma is really, really delicious. And like I said, it is one of my favorite buffets. I just don't know that I would go there if I wasn't staying there. That's where my hang up is.
That's fair. To me, I think that the leg up that this has is if character meals is not one of your favorite things, still get kind of the similar vibe of Tusker House without, for some people, character meals can be awkward. A little expensive, honestly. When you're eating at character meals, it's going to add up. Boma gives you those flavors and that environment without the heavy price tag that comes from a character meal. So that's kind of what I like about this. They're comparable. They're really, really good. Both of them are amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. And I hate to bring a restaurant that's in a park into the conversation. I just think it's a key point. If you're
Hmm.
really trying to figure out where you want to eat, they are super similar and it's hard to recommend this one over that, except for, like you just said, that's a great point for price tag if character meals aren't your thing. So where do we fall? Carla, what'd you give Boma?
I gave Boma an 86. I agree. If you're staying there, then you have a really amazing meal and an option that you can eat at. I would not go out of my way for this particular experience because you're either doing this on your rest day or you're taking away a morning at Animal Kingdom, which I'm not sure would be worthy of your time. So for that, that's kind of where I land.
Mm. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I gave it an 84. Similar, really good option. I like it. I'm not seeking it out over and over and over. So,
Yeah, I gave it an 85, so we're all right there in a row. And I didn't take off points because the restaurant's not good. It's delicious. It just has to do with, we just said, location and kind of, are we strategizing to make it a point to get here? And I can't say that it's yes. So,
You know what this kind of reminds me of is we've talked about like at Grand Floridian and the Polynesian where they have restaurants just to have somewhere to eat.
mhm.
And this is that option, but it is better because of the flavors and the ambiance and all of that combined is better than your typical just we're just going to check
mm,
off this box. It is better
yeah.
than the Grand Floridian Cafe or whatever,
Yeah, I
but
mean it's really good. That's the thing. Is it's delicious. You're gonna find some awesome unique things. So I don't want our mid 80 scores to mislead that, but I think we explained that well.
See, mid 80 means you like it, Allie. That means you like it.
Oh my God, should I just go back and revise Whispering Canyon? Should I just make it a 90?
No, nope.
you already put it
You
out
can't
there in
put
the
the
world.
toothpaste back in the tube. It's been
I will
said.
just Well, for the record, everyone, I love Whispering Canyon. Maybe it's 7:30 on a Saturday and I was out late. I don't know. It's like if I was at Cold Stone, I would get a love it size, not a like it. Okay, let's take another break. We're about halfway through our list. We're going to listen to our Friend Like Me segment. Make sure, if you're not already doing this and listening to this segment, following our friends, checking out their social media pages, and filling your social media pages with some magic, then you're doing this wrong. Make sure you're doing that. While you're at it, make sure you're following our show wherever you are listening. Turn on your automatic downloads. It helps us out so much. Leave us a 5-star review. And we're going to finish this list on the other side. And now I'm so nervous about Whispering Canyon. Y'all have me in a tizzy. You have me frazzled. I have a great follow for you, Smarties, Megan Ellenberger. She is currently living abroad as a military spouse and engaging in a book club with her kiddos. She is raising 3 young kids in South Korea after just living in Germany. They're showcasing their reading adventures with themed trips and experiences all over South Korea and beyond. She loves to highlight what it feels like to take trips without dad being able to join because of work. Follow along at The Traveling Bookworm Life on Instagram.
¿Te encanta viajar y eres bilingüe? Únete a Smart Moms en español y descubre cómo planear vacaciones mágicas sin estrés para toda tu familia.
That's right, Smarties. We have a Spanish-speaking community for you, Smart Moms in Español on Facebook, where Latina moms leading family adventures with culture and corazón, or heart. You can get bilingual tips so abuelita and kids can feel included with big family travel hacks and actually save yourself some money along the way. So if you are looking for a bilingual planning community for you or your extended family, join us at Smart Moms in Español with Natalie Trevino on Facebook. Welcome back. Before we jump back into today's conversation, let's talk about this new giveaway that we, the Smart Moms Plan Disney podcast team, are hosting. If you are a Smartie who always listens to our podcast, you know we've always tucked a little bit of extra magic into every episode. We are talking about the hidden Mickeys, those fun code words we sneak into each episode. And so many of you are always asking what they're for and if we'll ever consider including you. And now we are. Here's your chance to turn those hidden Mickeys into a little extra magic for your next Disney vacation. We're giving away a $500 Disney gift card to one Smartie just for listening. That's right, $500 to a Smartie just for listening like you already are. So here's how you're going to enter. Listen to the latest episode on Spotify to find this week's Hidden Mickey, and then submit the episode title and the Hidden Mickey code word in the submission form found in today's show notes. That's it. Just like that, and you can have 500 extra magical Disney dollars coming your way in the form of a gift card. But that's not all. You can also go back and listen to older episodes that are archived right there in our Spotify library and submit those Hidden Mickey and episode titles too. Each correct code word equals one more entry to win. The more you listen, the better your chances to win one of our prizes, including that grand prize of a $500 Disney gift card. You can find all the details and the submission form in today's show notes. Okay, Hoop-de-Doo musical review. We are going to Fort Wilderness. People get Fort Wilderness and Wilderness Lodge confused a lot. Do you find that?
Yes.
Constantly. Even in my own head, I have to question myself. Similar in ways in Epcot, I have to say, is it Spaceship Earth or is it Mission Space? Because they're so similarly named. I have to do that with Wilderness Lodge and Fort Wilderness.
I have people telling me all the time, they're like, okay, we want to stay at Fort Wilderness Lodge. And I'm like, hold on. Which one are we talking about? So Fort Wilderness is the campground. You can quite literally camp here, tent, RV, whole deal, or you can stay in a cabin, a Disney cabin, which are very, very nice. Golf cart, horse ranch, pool, campfires, the whole deal. Super fun. And it's home to the Hoop-de-Doo musical review, which Karla, out of all of us, did most recently. Is that right?
I did it.
You did
I did
it.
it. Yep.
Becki did, but I have done it.
So then go for it. You tell us, Beck.
So the day we were dropping Macy off for her Disney College program, we stayed at Fort Wilderness in the upgraded cabins, and wowza, was that upgrade amazing. Now I'm like, get me back there on the regular, please. We decided to do a night. It's only the nighttime show, right? Sometimes they'll have multiple shows a night, but it's only for dinner. And it's at the back of the resort if you're coming by bus. So if you're coming for the Hoop-de-Doo, I almost would recommend coming by boat. The location is so deep in this Fort Wilderness area, but what an experience. I'm going to call this not just a meal, it's an experience because it is a show with your dinner. We had the perfect spot for us, which was up on the balcony overlooking the stage. It is storytelling by Disney. Like, I love when Disney leans into storytelling. This has storytelling. It's that kind of slapstick humor, all of the things that you would expect from a musical review. To me, it reminds me of in Disneyland, the Golden Horseshoe kind of show. It's super, super witty, but cheesy at the same time. But the food was amazing, delicious, all you can eat. They'll bring it to you kind of family style. You eat what you want and you ask for more. Still leaning into like that barbecue kind of vibe. I feel like we have a theme of that today for some reason. And what else I really loved about this is I have food allergies and Sean's allergic to milk as well. And so both of us were able to get our own separate plates of food. And most of this, from my peanut tree nut perspective, was completely safe. I got to eat most of the main things. And then he brought things for him. And so often when you have to cut dairy out of something or milk specifically, it makes it yucky and like bland and all of the things. He loved his food here. The experience was amazing. The food was amazing. Amazing memories that we made just with Macy. It was a one-on-one, just Sean and I and Macy, and I don't have a single bad thing to say. It's a great option.
I love this experience. I think it is completely unique. It is not like overly Disney. So if you're looking for something that's completely different than anything else that you're going to experience during your trip, then this is definitely that. I'm trying to think. My kids, when we went, were probably in that 8 to 10 age range. I'm not sure that I would take little ones to this. Not that you can't. It is just kind of naturally a little bit louder, and they're obviously not going to get the humor of what's happening. They are going to be entertained because there's so much happening and movement and singing and dancing, and the performers come off the stage and they're interacting. One point you're doing kind of like a conga line.
Oh, yeah.
It's a load of fun, but I think a little bit older of a kid, from my experience, was perfect. The food, Becki did not mention this, but this is important to me. Unlimited beer, wine, and sangria.
Oh,
I
you're
don't
right.
think you get that at any other restaurant that I can think of. And obviously there's a time limit, so they're smart about it. But you're not staying all night
Yeah.
drinking Disney's beer. There is a point where you will be kicked out, and not because you're too
Yeah.
inebriated. Anyways, that's an added perk. Strawberry shortcake and fried chicken is kind of what they're known for.
Oh,
So people rave about the strawberry shortcake.
strawberry shortcake.
People rave about the fried chicken and the mac and cheese. I think it's also unlimited barbecue ribs. So, I mean, the meal is very hearty and delicious. The entertainment is some of the best. It's, like you said, witty humor, uncanny. I loved it. I loved it. I will say, we drove there, so we had a car.
Hmm.
If you have a car, you have to drive to basically a bus stop and then hop on a bus. Like Becki said, it is deep in the woods of Fort Wilderness. It is in the back of the resort. It is not easy to get to. The bus drops you at a point that you still have to then walk to the restaurant, which was fine. But on the way back from our experience, it was pouring rain. So we were like running. So do keep that in mind. You're going out of your way to get to this experience, but it is definitely worth it.
I would say don't put this on a park day. Like it's going to take a chunk of your day, probably like half of your day for just transportation and the experience. And you don't want to run away from Fort Wilderness after your show's over. The water's right there. You could take a ride in a carriage, a wagon kind of ride. Like there's so much to do in this area. And Karla, thank you for bringing up the drinks and the strawberry shortcake. Wow, it was amazing.
Yeah. Dinner theater at Disney. It doesn't really get better than that. When I'm looking at this list today, I'm looking at what is worth going out of your way, right? Because all of these need plan. This is worth going out of your way. And this is, well, I want you to give your score first because you were there most recently. But this is where, when I gave Whispering Canyon in 86, it was like everything I was looking at today was so, I just felt unique and impressive. And that was kind of where my brain was.
Yeah, I loved this. I think it is so incredibly unique. It brings to the table things that other things don't. And I think for the price tag, it kind of comes with a little bit of a hefty price tag. And there are 3 different categories, and that's just going to tie to where you're seated in the dining hall. I don't think you could have a bad seat no matter which of the categories you go with. We were actually in category 3, which was up in the rafters, but we still had an amazing time and amazing view. And they will celebrate every single person who has something to celebrate, a birthday, an anniversary. They will celebrate you with the entire dining hall, which is super, super fun. I absolutely adore this. I gave it a 94. It's awesome.
Yep. I went higher. I just think that because it is such a unique spot, because it is, I think, so impressive, I gave it a 97.
Love that.
I gave it a 93.
There we
Look
go.
at these 90s,
Yeah, I
ladies.
mean, when I was giving my numbers today, I was like, holy moly. I was like, this is crazy.
You know what's going to be crazy is I bet there are people who are going to look at this and be like, why would I want to go to a bus resort to eat?
Yeah, but this is why.
Wow,
Yeah, this is
this is
why.
why.
They're all worth, I mean, these are all worth it. These places are so delicious. Obviously, we didn't cover every single bus resort. Some of them, the value resorts, All Star, I mentioned at the top of the show, like those are just quick service spots. But these resorts that we're talking about, they're worth it. And Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review. Seriously, like, Becki, I'm glad you said go on your down day. This is a whole experience in itself. It is good food, entertainment. It's just chaos with your family, you know? And anytime I am with my family on vacation, that moment of chaos turns into like our favorite of the trip. Karla, your story about the rain, in the moment, I probably would have been like, but looking back, it'd probably be my favorite. And for any Smart Moms travel agents listening today, the hidden Mickey will be chaos. Okay, let's move over to Old Key West Resort. This resort is massive and bus only and has a lot of downsides, but can be really overlooked for its perks. It's like a less expensive deluxe. You can often stay here for the price of a moderate because you can get it on some good promos. One of its biggest perks and hidden gems is Olivia's Cafe. It's a really great sit down restaurant at Old Key West Resort, kind of known for their breakfast and dinner. Everybody loves their breakfast, but also the fried chicken is known to be one of the best on property. I have had breakfast and dinner here because when we stayed at Old Key West, we made it a point to have both. Have you've both eaten here or recently? What do you think? Hidden gem or overrated?
It's kind of in the middle for me. Would I seek it out if I'm in the area? Yes, especially for breakfast for me, because again, I am a traditional breakfast person. I want the pancakes, I want the eggs and the sausage and the
Mm-hmm.
bacon
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. My dinner experience was good, but I don't know that that would be my takeaway from it. But y'all, I was in actual Key West last weekend, and this feels like it fits directly in actual Key West. They hit the nail on the head on what this small town, not beach, because Key West is not a beachy location. It is a water location, and this delivers so well. The beautiful pool that has the Mickey water slide is just outside. The boats that can take you to Disney Springs are there. Like it just feels Key West to me. And even on the inside of the restaurant, the food hits very much like a diner like you would hit if you were driving out to Key West. And the decor, similar. Hundreds, if not thousands, of pictures on the wall of people and life and all of the things. I really, really adore it, but it's definitely not like Disney-fied in any way specifically, I don't think.
Yeah.
You are going out of your way if you ever are just hopping on a bus to go here. And for me, it just doesn't hit the mark for that. I'm not going to go there to hang out in the lobby at Old Key West. I'm not going there just to see the resort, to see it. To me, you have to be staying there. To me, it's that option that is checking off the resorts list that we have a restaurant. Check. And it's really great and it's a really great option. The food is delicious. But would I ever go there out of my way? I don't think I would.
Yeah, definitely not. I agree with you back when you said it was kind of in the middle of is it overrated or is it a hidden gem? If you're staying there, eat there. If you're not, probably not. So, like, just better options to be spending your time. The fried chicken was good, but not go out of your way good. So, I like Olivia's Cafe, and it's a great option. It's fine. It doesn't have anything that really stands it apart to be magnificent. But I gave it a 75 because I think it's a good spot. I just don't think it's a go out of your way spot.
Fair.
Yeah, I gave it an 80.
I think we're all kind of on that same page. The only thing that gives a little bit elevation for us is that kind of like I said, the beach and Artist Point in Yellowstone are my favorite places. Key West is Sean's very favorite place on earth. So we tend to love it there. So if that's your vibe, it might be worth going out of your way, but I never seek it as something that we're going to. And let's be honest, this has a boat to Disney Springs that has an entire district of better options
Yeah.
when it comes to whatever you want. You can have access to any kind of flavor you want, really. So I gave it an 82, not far off from you all.
Yeah, good, not great. Eat there if you're staying there. Not really anything
I
bad.
love it though. I feel like we're going to get some hate for this.
Well, we didn't give it low
Like the
scores.
Sebastian folk are going to
Yeah.
come out.
Yeah.
We have multiple people who have been nominated to be the president of the Sebastian fan club.
Sebastian Club.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, if you go to Disney World and you're like staying at Port Orleans and you make reservations at Sebastian's and Olivia's, I'm like, I feel like we might be doing something a little wrong. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying they're bad spots, but I just feel like something's wrong with your trip a little bit, right?
Allie is going to get hate. This is coming. I can feel it already.
It's fine. That's fine. It's fine. I can take it. Okay, we've got one more restaurant on our list. And I have no idea where this is going because we're talking about Toledo. Toledo? Toledo? How do you all pronounce it?
Say Toledo.
I say Toledo as well, but I don't know if that's right.
Well,
Toledo, Toledo.
Toledo,
Potatoes,
Toledo.
potatoes.
We have a Toledo near where I live, but for some reason, when I look at the same word, I say Toledo when I'm looking at this restaurant. So I don't know, but it's at Coronado Springs. This is our only restaurant, which no, because Hoop Doo is also kind of at a moderate. Is Fort Wilderness still a moderate? Because the new cabins are deluxe. I honestly,
It's split. It's split. And it's actually, I don't know the official on
yeah,
this, but the cabins do get deluxe
I
benefits.
know.
And I think the camping might be considered value, but I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, so here we are experts, but I have no idea the resort tier that you actually classify the campground.
Yeah, they just changed it.
Yeah. But at Coronado Springs, which is let's be real, this is like a deluxe resort masquerading as a moderate resort.
Great.
Yeah, this is a beautiful location with lots of dining options. And Toledo is at the top of the tower. It is it's signature dining at a moderate resort. What is going on? Why is this happening?
I feel like Coronado is like a little hidden gem because in a lot of ways it gives vibes of the boardwalk, even like when you're out on they have nighttime
Yeah.
music, the lights twinkling over the water. It's magical. And then the rest of it, if you're out in the villages, the different villages that exist, is definitely more Caribbean beach,
Great.
Yeah.
moderate vibes to me.
Yeah, definitely the when the resort was originally built, which I stayed there the year it opened, Coronado Springs.
Fun.
It was definitely built like a moderate. But now that it has the tower and signature dining, I mean, this is a great spot. The reason I don't know where this is going to go is because, and we've talked about it on the pod, our experience at this restaurant was not wonderful, but I think it was just a series of unfortunate events. I don't necessarily think it was a fair representation of the actual food, the actual restaurant, the experience you should be having when you're eating here. So I actually personally had a hard time ranking this because I know it has to be better than what we experienced.
Leave it to moms to have this kind of take on it. And maybe you all don't agree with me on this, but to me, this feels a little bit like distance has given me clarity on the situation,
Right.
kind of like giving birth, like it's terrible in the moment, but then you're like,
Uh-huh.
time passes and you're like, yeah, let's do that again.
Right.
Like that's kind of where I'm at with this. I think I want to go try it again. Not like that was terrible, leave it. I want to go give it another try because I do agree with you, Allie. I think it was just a series of unfortunate events that brought us to where we were, and we still made great memories,
Yeah.
even in the bad situation.
I am on 100% on board with this. And to be clear, going back to Toledo, not giving birth again.
Yeah.
But yes, I know in my heart that this place is fantastic
Yes.
and it's probably in the future going to be one of my favorite places to dine because this restaurant is stunning.
Gorgeous.
It's wall to wall windows for the most part, except for where you sat, right? And it's like just this, it's those half circle booths
Oh,
that are just like to get in one of those would be like that's what the table you want, just overlooking like all these beautiful lights and stained glass. Right outside of the restaurant basically is Dahlia Lounge, which is this stunning bar, beautiful drinks and cocktails with this overlook of the parks, the city. I mean, it's just stunning, right? And it was a series of unfortunate events that when we're sitting at Dahlia Lounge having our cocktails, it's super busy. It's 23 degrees outside and foggy, so you can't
raining,
even see out the windows. Nobody's sitting outside, so everybody's inside,
crammed.
trying.
Yeah.
We were sitting on, I think some of us were sitting on a
Yeah.
table that you would normally have your cocktails and charcuterie
It was
on.
wild.
Like what are we even
It
doing?
was the most, like Carly, you said, most of the views are beautiful except where we sat. And it's like most of the time when you're there, you have a great view, except when we were there. It was like sleeting. So the windows are fogging and we're all wet. My hair was huge. It was just,
I know this restaurant is fantastic and it was just the night we were there and the experience that we had poo-pooed us for it. But you know what? I still scored it at an 87 because I know,
Yeah.
and that's probably super generous compared to the experience we had, but I know that this is worth going out of your way for, especially if you're on an adults only trip,
Hmm.
to go and have a really fantastic meal and sit at the Dahlia Lounge either before or after and have that overlook. I know that this is the place you want to be.
Yep. I actually went higher because I just know that it's better than and again, I tried to look at all of these with a lens of is this worth going out of your way? And because of the lounge, because of the view that it's supposed to be, because of the experience you're supposed to have, I do think it's worth it to go. So worth it that I'm going to go again. We're all going to do a do-over. I gave it a 90 because I haven't had that experience yet, but I know that it's in there, so I felt like that was going to let it fall fairly.
After people have heard our conversations about our experience here, they're going to be like, how much did Toledo pay you
Yeah.
to, to
Yeah.
say that it's better? No. In fact, I am the person who is going to find the shiny thing in a really bad situation. And I even wrote a letter to the manager of the restaurant, which is so outside of anything I ever do. I am not going to complain about anything, but that's what our experience was that night. However, like I said, distance has given me clarity on it. It was an unfortunate night, but Katie and I did the meal for two. There's like a dinner, a signature dinner for two. We split the ribeye. Overall, we waited way too long for our food. Again, bad situation, but the food was still good. So, from that perspective, I want to give it kudos for what it is. Everything you've all said, wall to wall windows, that deck. If it's a beautiful night and you can go out and enjoy the open air space that is up there and overlook the twinkling lights over the water, overlooking Three Bridges, which is one of my very favorite places on all of Disney property, there's not a lot to take away from this experience. So I actually gave it a 90 as well. I think that we need to give it another try. And then maybe if the service is bad, we come back and talk about that. But
Maybe Disney will hear us and they'll be like,
Come
we'd like to have you
try
here.
again. Yeah.
Come try again.
Yeah. We would not say no. Just throwing that out there.
We'd like to host you.
Okay. I'm looking back at my scores, by the way, because you all had me so worried about Whispering Canyon, and I feel good about it. I am excited to see how these fall. I want to say some restaurants that are going to get a shout out that we skipped. Three Bridges at Coronado. I don't think Three Bridges takes reservations, right? It's only walk up.
it doesn't. It's only walk up. You can actually get on a wait list. You don't have to be standing at the restaurant. You can get on the wait list once it's close to your time and you're close to the area. But they have an amazing sangria flight that is worth going out of your way to have. And they also do Sangria University out at Three
Yeah.
Bridges. So definitely worth
Weird
going out of your
hours,
way.
though, is it not?
Yes.
Middle of your day is when it was going to be. So it would have to be on a rest day. And then for the meals, you're going to go at nighttime. That's the intention. It's very much loungy. It's not so much a restaurant.
Yeah, that's one of those. If you're staying there, definitely hit it up. The Turf Club, Bar and Grill, another one we skipped. That's a bus only resort dining. And then Boat Rights, Dining Hall, really, in my opinion, subpar, moderate resort dining.
If you're taking the boat over to Port Orleans at all, you're going to get beignets.
Yes, you're going to French Quarter.
Like that's worth the boat or that's worth the bus ride.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Take the bus, go get beignets at French Quarter, but definitely don't take it to go to boat rides. So these are the reasons we left these restaurants off and we ranked the ones we did because these are go out of your way worthy maybe. I hope you smarties listening are taking notes and going to go try some of these places because you won't be disappointed. This was our highest by far. This had to be our highest ranked across the board.
And I don't think that it's unfair.
No.
Like they are really great dining options and they're not going to be so much the harder ones to get reservations for in most of these cases because people overlook them based on their locations.
All right, Beck, let's hear it.
All right. At 7, coming in with a score of 79 is Olivia's Cafe. Our very lowest score is almost an 80. Truly, really great options. And another thing that kind of comes into this, right? Olivia's is at Old Key West. I had already said it, but just to reinforce, if you're staying at one of these resorts that are bus only that happen to have the boats to Disney Springs, don't overlook going and catching a meal at Disney Springs because there is a lot of really, really great options. Number 6 with a score of 85. How crazy is this? An 85 for Boma puts it as 6. I was like, is Boma going to be in the top 3 when I was looking at the options.
Mhm.
At a score of 89 is Toledo, whatever we're saying.
Mhm.
And then with a score of 91.7, Allie did not take this too hard. Whispery Canyon Cafe.
I think this fell right where it needed to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3 is actually tied for number 2. We have a tie for the second place option, even to the decimal point. So tied at number 2, sharing that crown with a 94.7 is Hoop-de-Doo and Sanaa,
Wow.
which puts number 1 option with a score of 98. We did 98s across the board, clear back where we started storybook dining at Artist Point.
I think we crushed it. I think that's fair. I can't believe Hoop-de-Doo and Sanaa tied.
They're so different vibes, but
Totally different, but both worth the trek,
Yeah, do it.
the wild trek out.
I could do a whole Disney trip where we just go eat at these restaurants.
mm-hmm.
That was awesome. That was really fun. I felt like we fell in a good order. If I had to say this is the one most worthy of going out of your way, I think Storybook Dining winning that crown is very fair. But I love the order and I think we crushed it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Go out of your way to find some delicious food and some fun when you're staying at Disney World. It is worth it. You can find some hidden gems. You're going to make some great memories. Love it so much. That's going to do it for us on another episode of the Smart Moms Plan Disney podcast. Thanks so much for listening. And until next time, we'll see you real soon. And that's going to do it for us on another episode. That's going to...
Oh my gosh, this is gonna make the bloopers.
And and until it...
Don't smoke, folks.
Hey.